What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Burke, aka Dansweight here, and welcome back to another premiere episode of the Final Fantasy X Masters mod by Karifean. Please remember to hit the like button and show the video some love, and I hope you guys have plenty of fun in the chat. Let's get going with this week's episode. Alrighty. I kind of need to just see all the phases and what we're working with. I just don't know. Obviously death seems like a likely one. Elementals also seem likely. I'm going to give her the death proof. I think we're at the stage where if we don't have proofs we're going to get absolutely destroyed, but we'll have a look anyway. Yuna has nothing elemental-wise. I think we're also going to be at the stage where we're just going to take so much damage that, like, we're going to get one hit KO'd before the SOS can come into effect. Maybe we're supposed to come into this fight with 1 HP. Maybe that's the strat. Alright, let's just go in anyway. I'm not expecting too much from this first attempt. We're just going to research here. Honestly, I was going to say maybe not the worst outcome. Maybe not the worst outcome. Delay attack is so expensive for me to use that it kind of doesn't make a difference. Yeah, they're so tanky we can't even take them out like this. They're too much, so we're dead here. Basically, I wanted to use this fight as a way to potentially go in with SOS HP and some null stuff. Now, let's see what happens once we come in close. This is the first time we've been able to do this in any of our attempts. Goes back to the single one, and it does stupid amounts of damage. But we'd already switched to alchemy, though, for the boss battle. So we're going to die here, but at least now we know how it works. Yeah, she has a bunch of ice walls, but she doesn't have a null frost, I think. Yeah. Alright, let's just go in and see what can happen here. I'm going to turn that off. I think I literally want to just get like a scan in on the first attempt, just waste a turn on scanning. Alright. Lulu should still have a sensor. Incredibly deadly but weak to slow. Okay, at least there's a tip there. Good start. Now, we have ice coming. The Iceman cometh. I think we keep it old school here. Wow, the Chocobo Wing made such little impact. What the hell? I guess it's because it's their first turns. I think from there on then you'll see the impact, but for now obviously it's very weak. Can I provoke this guy? Ah, it's worth a shot. So these are all things I'm having to obviously find out a little bit at the moment. I think he's literally going to kill us on the first turn here. We have SOS Null Frost, but I'm pretty sure you just get one hit KO through it. But I just want to scan before that happens. Scan techs are proved definitely useful. 75,000. Okay. Sleep, Darkness, Eject, Doom, KO, Zombie, Petrification. Not Silence. And not Poison. Okay. So they're the two we have to work with. Now adds new spells to his cycle instead of replacing his old ones. Likes to counter with Demi, do dispel buffs, or things may escalate eventually. Okay. Likes to counter with Demi, but he's not immune to silence, which I find interesting. Okay, so now, yeah, so this is very much the same. He starts off with that. I got very lucky there. That's incredibly lucky. I don't think it's going to change anything here. Still going to pretty much die, but at least we charged an overdrive, right? Now, he's not immune to silence, so what the hell happens if you use Silence Buster on him? Probably Morty is going to do some bullshit and his Sunna, and then it's not going to matter. Unless it's programmed to put buffs on first. Let's see what the priority order is here. Yeah, okay, buffs first. So what now? Silence Proofify. So you get one shot at it. It saved our ass one time. I think for now we'll take that. So, still slowed. We don't have any Purifying Salts, so that's trouble. And 75,000, which is massive. Silence Proofify is on there. There's not a whole lot to counter-attack here. This is one thing where magic counter obviously could be useful, so we're going to potentially look to customize things. Also not immune to poison. If we poison him, Morty's probably more inclined to use Isuna instead of other buffs we might not like. Now, I think once Silence Proof happens, I'm not sure how useful Waka remains in the fight. How's his elementals? He takes a 1.5 to fire, which is pretty interesting. Let's see... bring unit in. We do have a Dispel here. Null Shock, Null Blaze, I think, for him. The trouble is, even like one of these, I can't even survive a single one. Like if I use Null Shock, I don't think I can survive a single thing, but we'll see. I do think there has to be something in the mix list that could be good for us here. You can literally mix 2 high potions together to double an ally's max HP. With me, like, my brain always goes towards tanking things first, like trying to survive and then going hard. Trying to save on like customization options as much as I can. Screw it, let's throw it in. Who gets it? I think it's a random character. Okay. Titus is not a bad shout for this, honestly. So I'm going to give him a shell too. Penta Thundara, let's have a look. Okay. I think the next element up is fire. So there's a chance he survives it. Oh no. No, he doesn't. No, he does not. Actually, no, he does. That's funny, it pushed me into SOS. Oh, it's water first. That's such a shame. That's such a shame. That's such a shame. Okay, so we have a little bit of an idea, but I feel like without nulls, like some serious nullification of elements. That first form, we're not gonna... I don't think we can really expect to try and tank through anything there. I don't think that's gonna work. So, I think at this stage we really have to start investing in some stuff. And when I say some stuff, I mean some elemental protection. So, we can create the Victorious for one character, which is kind of nice, but still. I think I'm better off trying to survive it with nulls. SOS Null Shock, SOS Null Blaze. It's going to be a little bit of a juggling. I think because Seymour's immune to slow, I feel like Tidus kind of has to be out there. So we're going to give him Null Tide and Null Frost. So that covers all four of his elements, but he's going to have to flip-flop between them. So we're building basically for Form 1 right now. And then we'll kind of go from there. Then we have... I think Riku could also be very useful in this fight, but maybe as a bit of a swap in and just use overdrives kind of person. Maybe, basically I don't want to build to keep everybody alive, otherwise I'm going to use up too many resources, I feel. Yuna is a must, I think, at this stage. Like, she has a lot of options here. So, I think we give Yuna something that protects her against all four elements. Let's see. Null Blaze, Null Shock, Tide, Null Frost. Rainbow Ring. So, that's what we're going to give Yuna. Waka already has this. Null Shock, Null Tide. And then we'll give him... I'm not sure I'm going to use Waka that much. I can bring him in one time for a Silence Buster, but I think outside of that... I guess this stops him being hit with Mental Break, which is a thing. But if we're already nullifying the elements, I don't think it's that important. SOS Null Shock. Yeah, this one's annoying because it has Water Strike on there, so I can't really use it too much. SOS Null Shock. It might be worth keeping him involved. Oh wait, I can have First Strike now with Chocobo Wings? Holy shit. That's big. That is big. We'll look into that later. For now, no. Might also be time for a magic counter here. I'm building very specifically for one boss just to see what happens here, but... so, Null Shock. We have enough to make multiple nulls as well, which is nice. Okay. Something along those lines for now. This is just a little bit of a test here. Auron doing some extra damage. Tidus having to flip between shields, which She's fine. Riku might have to use her a little bit more sacrificially here. And for that reason, maybe Comrade will work well alongside Rook. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a mix here of Rook and Comrade. But Riku's going to take massive damage, so I feel like Comrade probably works nice, but it's worth a little look. So I'm going to make a different save here, just to see how this type of setup is looking. I don't really know. It's got a lot of HP, so it could be a long fight. We really need to look at how things are going to play out as we move along. So I think we still start the same way we have been with this. Now. It's going to take a bit of time to set this up. But I need shells on people to be able to make it work. Because I need to survive the first hit. If I don't, then there's no point. So, let's put a shell here too. Once we're ready, then we can dispel Seymour. But for now, we're trying to see if we can find a survivable loop here. Yeah, I didn't change to the right one to start, so I have the right idea, but this was a wrong execution. I need to quickly reload this one. I forgot, because he's got two different ones, he needs to start with the right one, obviously. And then we flip it after the first set of moves. That's the only thing, obviously. In some challenge fights, depending on your inventory, with Seymour, you have to do a lot of swapping and changing of things. So we start with this one. I left the final slot open, because I don't know what to put on there. I don't know what his other forms are. I doubt I'm going to break through all of his forms in the first attempt anyway, so let's still do this. So that was a... Let's do another take there. Pretend you didn't see that one. So this opening is still the same. Depending on how many times Riku gets hit, you can basically charge an overdrive from the get-go here. Through the curtain. Right. So this time, I'm hoping those two shouldn't... Why is he... I put the Null Frost on. What is happening? For God's sake. I have Null Frost, so why is he dying? Is he still dying despite Shell? Is that the problem? Ooh, I think that might be the issue. That makes things a lot more problematic. Okay. Then, what we do is... we need to kind of get ourselves down into... It works for Yuna, but I need to get Titus down into null HP. I think the first hit is too strong. That's what I didn't spot. So how do we make sure of that? I need to do at least 1,100 damage to him, which I'm not sure I can. Yeah, none of these will do enough damage to get him down. Waka should be able to do it. Okay. That's better. Yeah, so Waka helped charge some overdrive there. Why did Yuna die? I'm sorry, I can't keep up with what's happening here. Why are people dying here? Huh? Is the last one like non-elemental? Is he... I need to see what's happening. Let me... Null Shock. Penta Thundara. Let's see. Immune, 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 immune. Why did Una die? What am I missing here? Are you kidding me? Let me bring her back. This is confusing. She comes back with odd HP, which is good. Okay, so I guess Isuna's a bit of a preset one, like it's not... So next comes the Tides. Now, I'm going to use again Waka to try some overdrive for the rest of them. Right, let's see. I still don't know why Una died before. I missed something there. I didn't see it. Not sure if Cura will be too strong. Yeah, it's slightly too strong. Yeah, so this is like a big HP management mission here that I'm currently failing, but it's not gonna be enough. Let's see if he throws in anything else though. I have to remember to do that anyway. Let's see if this works. I forgot from the scan list. It does work. Well, well. Well, well, well. Okay, that's rather interesting. So that got us out of jail briefly. Allowed us to kind of stay in the fight and experiment a little longer. Let's do this. So thank you, Oren, for that. I keep forgetting that when he's threatening someone, it's it doesn't work, but that's good enough. Yeah, she missed. If she hit herself, then this would have worked. So we need a little bit more work on this whole idea, but I think there's a little bit of potential. We just need to execute this properly. Mega Fiend is generally not as good a choice because it brings back with full HP, so that's not something you want to do. But I think Comrade is still probably the best overdrive, like we don't need Rook here, and I got very lucky there. Definitely no problem using the Phoenix Downs here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that was really bad timing because now he's going to get 2 elementals at once, which kind of sucks. 2 elements that Tidus can't cover. So if you can cover everything, you're fine, but if you can't, then you'll be in big trouble. So Waka can cover the next 2 turns, to be fair, but Tidus will be dead. Yeah, didn't get himself into SOS either. Got very lucky there. Yeah, definitely playing with fire here. Let's dispel. Before he gets too out of control. And then we can slow him up again. But when you don't have all four of them, you don't have the turns to kind of manipulate everything, so you're seeing all of the deaths here. I think anyone who has odd HP is a good choice for this one, and anyone who doesn't is a big risk. But we finally have some overdrives. Mental break doesn't affect us too much, thankfully. But we're just struggling to get a foothold in the fight. It's just too much work to do early on. If you can't protect against all of them, there's just too much to do. Yeah. So you have to track the firelight super well. Okay. I think Yasuna's coming soon. Just thinking, where do I start in terms of doing damage to this guy? I think with one character constantly KO'd as well, like it's nice for building up overdrive, but ultimately I don't think it's great to work with. Of course, Auron being power broken is also nasty. So nothing's going to come of this attempt, but I'm continuing to just have a look at my options here. Wow, that worked out very well. That was fortunate. So let's talk, have a little chat.
It is good to see you again, Lady Yuna, but you don't seem pleased.
I'll only be pleased when you're gone to the far plane.
That agility boost. Well, so much for that. Now. It's going to be fire next, so again I think Waka's going to die. Well, maybe not. There's a small chance we get lucky and Riku survives here, so let's toss it. The fire. Yeah. See what I mean? Like, Tidus is not switching. Like, the whole playing the switching game with Seymour is incredibly high level, dangerous, and like, for example, let's say when he gets hasted, we need to dispel, and like getting all of those turns right with Seymour it seems a bit unlikely. So you're seeing that's why Yuna's the one that consistently manages to stay alive, because I don't have to do any extra work with her. So if I can build obviously 3 characters that can withstand this onslaught, then I think I have a chance, but the way it is now, I think it's a bit unlikely. But yeah, these guys come back with even HP, so it doesn't work. Kimari has an odd number, so maybe Kimari is useful in this fight. Unsure. Let's Grand Summon, see how much damage we're doing. The one time I changed it to short configuration for Aeons, I died against Isaru, and then I forgot the next time, of course. So I guess technically he has Dispel now, but he's going to instantly die no matter what happens here. So do this again. This basically turns into a short animation. Okay, quad 9. Does it still do multi-sorption? It does. Likes to counter with Demi. We'll take the Demi counter all day long.
Death awaits you.
But we won't take this. So this is still the same. At least we got back before haste happened. Basically what we do here is a Yuna solo fight in which she just summons. Kills everything with that. That's the move. Why bother with anything else? Maybe we get lucky. And it doesn't kill him the first time. Random variance keeps him alive. No blaze. Okay. Still busting these out. Yeah, that works. Yeah, there's something about that. It doesn't quite work. There's just, again, there's just not enough turns to do anything really. Like, you basically, you'd spend your turn reviving, that's about it. There's nothing else. Null Tide, like, that's the next one, but it's like, what's the point of any of it? Let's do this anyway. Try this one. Another multi-sorption, no? Okay, that brings Tidus down into null. But someone's gonna die here, yeah. And now we're dead, surely. No? Keep making it through by the skin of our teeth. I think a haste is coming up for him now. No? Yeah, I can't tell how Morty's going to move. Yuna does have a +5 in agility now. Like, that really gets her moving, but I'm just burning through everything to stay alive and just stay in the fight as long as I can at the moment. There's not much else to it. I think we have the right one. Let's do the trigger command. Seymour!
So, you too seek freedom from this painful life?
You talk too much, Seymour.
That was fire. There you go. So you put 1 foot wrong, obviously, with that stuff. Sometimes luck will bail you out, sometimes it will not. So at least that was a bit of a longer test. We got to actually find some things out about the fight. So now I need to go back to the drawing board again. I think I'm going to reload my previous save. This was kind of like an experimental save. And we'll go back to the more blank canvas and see what we can do. This time, I might genuinely try and blast through using overdrives for that first swarm. Yeah, Kimahri is in a unique position as being the only one other than Yuna who has odd HP. And that kind of stuff can help. He doesn't have any SOSs on here, right? Yeah. Well, he has a Null Frost. Okay, hold on. Null Frost, Null Blaze, Null Tide, Null Shock. So basically every time we revive Kimahri, he'll come back with all of his nulls intact, same as Yuna. So I think having Yuna with this thing is still good. It kept her alive in the fight way more than it would for any other setup, I think, at the moment. Someday I will stop making this mistake. Someday. It's been 20 years, so unlikely anytime soon, but it will happen. Right, let's... Next upgrade will be, I will give her like proofs instead of the nulls, but for now I will still stick with the nulls. And to be fair, she's not using an incredible amount of MP, so I'd rather do that. And I will keep Rook for now. I think for Kimahri as well. Nah, I can't change Kimahri's one, that's annoying. Yeah, Titus is the only one where it would have been nice if he had a null on one of his weapons. Gonna give him triple protection, at least it's one less swap. So we'll do the first 3. Null Frost. Null Shock. I need to make sure the other one has Null Blaze though, otherwise that'll be dumb. It does. Okay. So I think from here, once again, we have to just kind of get into the fight and see what happens. Oh, Shock Null Tide. I think everyone should at least have an option if I am swapping them in for something. I still think I'm going to stick with the SOSs for now. It's the most plentiful resource I have. Fire and Ice. Okay, this is experimental save number 2. And I think after this one, depending on how things go, I might switch it up to trying to see if I can do it a different way. Just hate the fact that we have the preset party here. It's always really annoying. Okay. Kimari didn't get a turn this time. Normally Kimari gets a turn before. Yeah, that screws everything up. Just gonna restart. The ICV really sucked there. That hadn't happened before. Thankfully the autosave loads right into the fight, but I don't think... Is it new ICVs? Let's have a look. Yes. Okay. So basically, in case you're wondering why I reset and what happened there, in basically all of my attempts so far, Kimari gets his first turn before Seymour does, and in that previous attempt he didn't, which kind of threw everything out of whack. So we're going to do it this way first. I think what happens is basically the way the Penta Thundara works, or like the Penta moves, I think what's going on is that it hits multiple times, but the null shock or whatever, the elemental null doesn't have time to trigger in between the hits, and so that's why it's struggling. I think that's the problem. That's why you're seeing people dying even though they have the right protection. So that's why you have to get them into null in advance, otherwise it won't work. So that's why we're going to do it the same way we did it last time. I think this is how I managed it. Yeah. Ugh, Yuna just about stays outside of that. That's annoying. So now we basically have to try and get Waka out of there. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Let's use the Chocobo Wing. That should help. Okay, so the first three elements are already sorted here, so I'm just going to take my opportunity to talk here.
So, you too seek freedom from this painful life?
You talk too much, Seymour.
Okay. I think that factors in even if he dies and gets revived. I'm pretty sure. This is super annoying now. I mean, it would be great if he would be able to smack himself, but I have a feeling he's going to fail here. Oh, good job. Good job. Waka also just about over. Damn it. Okay. So, what can he do? I think let's just use a scan while we can. At least that keeps the HP up afterwards. So he'll die here, but he'll charge some overdrive. And we can bring him back. Yeah, we can bring him back with his nulls intact. Alright, so the boys are in a much better position now. Let's stack a few cheers and let's actually start to get some things going here. It's fine. So now we're going to hopefully start to build a little bit of momentum. Going to get Oren to talk here. Although I think I needed to change Titus's armor. No, I think I got one more.
Although he was not the man I once knew, Keenock was still my friend, Seymour. You will pay for his death!
Alright. So these guys have all four. Titus is the one that needs to swap and change. But I think he should be okay for one more here. Let's see how we do. Okay. Yeah, just have to make sure we don't die from the force of those particular attacks, but other than that, I think we're fine. So fire's coming up next. Let's have a look. Yeah, fire is the one we don't have covered, so have to make sure we do that. And I think that's 5. Now, let's go for armor break. So we'll let him kind of stack the protects there, but the rest of it will allow. Yeah, okay. It's good damage. So now the chain is looking to restart. But I think this is how we make it out of Form 1. I do think a haste is coming soon, so we have to be careful. So I'm going to put my turn in between there. Yuna has haste. Again, going to try and get my turn in here. Ah. She just about comes in before. I think. Basically, I have a suspicion that haste is coming next, so I just want to be a bit careful here. No? Okay. Fine. It's very hard to kind of know exactly what's coming next with that stuff. Can I slow the multi-body? Multi-body's probably immune. I think it's worth a try. Yeah. Basically taking myself out of range here for the mental break or whatever to kill me, the physical attack. Not sure why Kimari died there. It's just too hard for me to keep track of what's going on with that stuff. Ah, he's only potato against 3. It's okay for him to die now and then, honestly. It's not the worst thing in the world. I think we can survive that. Only thing is to haste him up again. We do have a threaten, but I'm going to keep it in the pocket. Just don't know when Suna's coming. He did say many bosses are not immune to Demi, which is kind of interesting too. Let's try it. Yeah. Counters back with Demi. Yeah, that's a shame. Alright, now is danger time. Thankfully we were ready for that. So now we dispel. But now we have ice. No, we have fire. So now we switch back to this, otherwise we're dead. So this is where we have to start being incredibly careful again. It's just a shame. If Yuna was in SOS HP, this would have been so much easier, but she stayed just a bit too high. Oh! Yeah, not quite enough. Right. One of these. So now she starts off with all the nulls, right? Where's her nulls? Did I forget to change her armor? I'm such a fool. I'm such a fool. It's all these like small little things that if you don't get it right, you're done. Just too much like swapping and changing of things. We definitely did well here though. I'm generally pretty happy with how it went. But we need to do better. Like, that shouldn't have happened. Basically, she should have survived that. But now she's going to be stuck on the front line. Like, I can't get a turn for her. Well, okay. Now I can. That's a bit lucky. So this, none of this should have been necessary. But we're doing what we can to survive right now. So yeah, I should have changed to this, obviously. Okay. Yeah, so we have stuck on the front line problems here. Tide, maybe we get lucky. Actually, she should talk now. Let's just get this going.
It is good.
Yeah. Their agility up. Can we get Lulu out of there? Yes, we can. Okay, she survives. I think I would kind of like a bio here. I think the cures are going to be too strong. Is there anything I can do to better affect the fight? Yeah, if I dispel, then that's going to go as well. I'm still. I want to sit on my overdrives a little bit here for later. Can I bring in anyone and take them back out again afterwards? Not really. But he is protected against all 4 elements, so I mean, why not, right? try a mental break. So I think, oh, at this stage I forgot which thing it was using. And I needed to change his one as well. Okay, now I cover all 4 of them. So now I'm going to go for a Fire here. Okay, that's some nice damage. Now we just need, like, it's going to do Desperado or whatever it's going to do, and then it's going to really mess with me. I obviously don't quite know when the phase transition is going to be, and now someone's going to die. But that's okay. Let's bring Yuna in. I think she basically ends up being the quickest, one of the quickest characters here. So I think we'll keep the pressure on. Why not? I think we'll see a phase change once we go below 50k. Let me think. It's at such an awkward spot where, like, I think we'll try and use a protect and stuff. I'm gonna toss an ether ready for what's gonna come. Then again, what was the last one he used? I didn't keep track, so it's too dangerous. If you're not properly tracking this guy, then you shouldn't be doing anything. Basically. Poison, mental break. I'm gonna try and power break this guy. Basically, I don't want him kind of swatting me and taking away my chances of survival. Okay, so we're on Fire. Next up is going to be Frost. Almost another full overdrive. Right, okay, so it's below 50k now. Can I get an item in? I can. Alright. So, Ether. Kimari doesn't have haste, which I'm not a fan of. I'm just gonna give him haste and nothing more for now. I got extremely lucky there, I think. Okay. Obviously, we don't know what's coming next here. I don't know if the phase change has happened. I assume it has. We will find out very soon. Okay, break phase. What if we do that with someone quicker? Yes. Let's do that. Obviously, trouble is we lose some of our buffs when this happens. But what does he do alongside Break? Obviously, that's one thing we don't know. Now, Shattering Claw is probably going to hit hard. So, let's start getting ready here. Switch to Stoneproof. Should still slow Seymour though. Don't forget to do that. Poison scan, that's it. I just don't know if Shattering Claw's gonna do like 2,000. Obviously Rook worked well for now, but Yuna's not gonna get an overdrive unless I entrust. Don't think anyone else has petrification protection. Dark poison. I think Riku's naturally very quick, so maybe she's a better choice. Confuse, slow proof. It carries on. Yeah. Okay, so it does mix it up. Fine. Bring Yuna back. The one good thing here is that Yuna's overdrive can still charge as a result. Okay. So I think it's going to alternate between the two. So I think we can keep it for now. Or maybe it just changes one of its things. It's hard to tell. Like, is it going to go Break, Blizzara, Break, Thundara? That's what we need to know. Basically, these buffs will wear off if we get petrified, so it's kind of a bit pointless, it seems, but let's put it anyway. I guess Yuna can avoid the petrification, potentially. Okay. Death. Yeah, Riku has a death proof. Right, what we need to do is we need to protect like 3 different things here. Honestly, with petrification being the least important of the bunch, I think it might be time to summon something. Although no one has their nulls, right? I think Auron has them all. Let's use the Threaten. Wow, that's less effective than I thought. That's bad. Kumari has them all. It's time for Kumari to bust out Flare. I think people aren't going to stay alive long enough to really do much here. But since he's one that has all of the null spells, I feel like we should still use him here. Lulu. She has all of the nulls too. And to be fair, she can bust out some extra fire magic here. Demi. So it used Break, then Pentablizzara, and then Death. That's what we have so far. Screw it. We just need to know when, like, Shattering Claw is going to come from... from that guy. From old Morty. I think Lulu's the only one with haste. So let's change that. I'm hoping at least someone survived something here. Penta Thundara, yes. Okay. Excellent. Now, I think it might be a good time to begin with some overdrive action here. Or... some of this. Like, does Morty waste his turn on Mortal Absorption, or... It doesn't have his buffs either, which helps. Yeah, Threaten pushes his turns all the way down to next week. Only thing is, what is Morty going to do? If he does some kind of Shattering Claw and kills everybody, I'm going to be really upset because we would have picked up a huge advantage in this fight. But I just, obviously, I don't know. No one's broken. No one's been broken for a while. But I think I have to try. This is too big an advantage. Okay, someone will die here, but I think that's okay. Let me bring in someone like Yuna. So she's got the stone proof, right? Okay. Gonna try a grand summon here. Here we go. Let's hit with that Mega Flare. So there should be a big chunk of damage, and I still have a little bit of overdrive action left. So that's a nice 14,000 damage there.
Death awaits you.
Okay. What now? Shell. Okay. That's not too bad. Only problem is with this, he's going to head into the final phase. I don't know if he's just going to mix up even more stuff in there, or is he going to... He could, again, it's Pbirdman flashbacks, he could just bust in with a meteor and just completely destroy everything. So, I really don't know. We've been hanging out deliberately on low HP to survive these forms. But I don't know what we're going to face for the final bit. Is Waka hasted? I think what I can do, this might be a good time for a Silence Buster. Might be a good time for that. Let's see. Okay, so he's going to waste a turn on that. That's fine. Now, let's start using some overdrives. Get out of the way, he says. Daddy Oren. About to do some big damage, hopefully. He has had a strength boost as well. But I think he was power broken, actually. Shit. Did he die and come back? I don't remember anymore. The fight's already taken ages. I've lost track of what's going on. I think that's good damage. So Morty took a lot more damage. Comes back with Demi. Morty. Oh, it always takes 4,000. That's interesting. Can we make a push? Can we make a push to finish this now? Maybe. Maybe we can. Basically, I'm looking at Blitz Ace. He doesn't have Protect. And I'm wondering if a Blitz Ace could do the job. Basically, I'd have enough for 3 Firers, which would do about 6,000 damage, plus a normal attack, plus a Blitz Ace. It would be very tight, and if I fail, it could take me out. And also, we don't know what Morty's going to do. That's still like the big question mark. Let me double check what stages everyone has. No one has Power Break, which is important. Yuna does have Protect. I think at this stage it might be wise to toss a Mega Potion, in case that keeps anyone alive here. I'm just still worried about some kind of Desperado random bullshit happening. I just don't want to see that happen. I have nothing with Fire Strike, unfortunately. But if I go for something... I just feel like Blitz Ace is still not going to do the job. I'm not convinced at all it will do the job. So I'm going to take my chances, unload... Actually, no I'm not. Hold on. What I will do... but if I Dispel, the slow's going to go. I'm not sure I used my turn in the best way there. There's nothing I can do that does enough damage here, I feel. Just don't like that it has Shell. What weapon does he have? He has Alchemy. I don't think they can do 13,000 damage together, though. He's still going to do less damage, I think, than Lulu does with Shell. shit. Is that just on multi? Right. I think it's time to find out. It's time to find out what Blitz Ace can do. This is a huge risk, and I think I'm going to fail at the last hurdle here, but let's see. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. Why did I do this? It's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. It's going to be so tight. Come on, Lulu. Let's go. It's going to be very tight. Oh my god. It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. Question is, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? What is he going to do, and is there anything we can do? Those are the two questions. Just copycat a Blitz Ace, right? Is there a way out of this? Obviously, because I don't know what the move is going to be. I don't think it's had a turn in this particular phase of the fight. I really hoped Blitz Ace would just give me a little more. It could carry on the Penta thing, like, for the entire fight. That's also a possibility. I just don't know. But I just feel like going into a final form Seymour turn, final phase Seymour turn with this little HP is also suicide. So, what does Yuna have? She has mental break, which is a big problem. You have to assume, obviously, that he's going to do something magical, but it's so close. Normally this would be the flare phase, right? I think normally he uses flare. It's so tough because let's say I use a Mega Potion here. I don't want to, but let's say I did. And it's a fight where he continues the elementals throughout the entire fight. Then you've basically killed yourself by doing that. I feel like I've got to keep one person at least with elemental protection. I think it'd be stupid to not do that. I think one person has to keep it. Basically, Kimari, and if he survives and gets a full overdrive, we self-destruct. That's the strat. I'm trying to run them all through in my head, like which one. Riku, I think she's on Comrade, potentially. So I think she could get a full overdrive. I need to break apart their turns. I can't have them go back to back. Because I just don't know what they're going to do. And because he has a silence proof, I can't silence him either. It's a Karifean mod, man. I'm trying my best not to make any assumptions. Like, this dude could literally bust out with, I don't know, a cross cleave or some shit. And the problem is, if I'm left standing and I only have one turn and I don't have an overdrive, I fall into exactly the same situation. because one turn's not enough to kill it. That's why I'm like, do I just go with like a firer, hope we survive these 2 moves, and then if we do, we've won the fight. If we don't, a Kimari flare. I was thinking about it. Is a Kimari flare enough? He did like 3,200 damage. Did I use it on the humans or did I use it on the machines? So I think the machines have good magic defense. I don't know if the flare's enough to kill it. I mean, if I could kill... Multi seems to be taking chunks of 4,000s. But I did the Dispel on Seymour, not Multi, so Multi still has Shell. I'm just like, is a flare somehow enough? It's so hard to tell. Because the cost of trying is having them use 2 attacks. Basically, anything I do attackingly, I think I have to face 2 attacks. There's not a single attack I can launch that won't have that issue. Everyone's just too slow to attack and break apart their turns at the same time. Yeah, even Drain is like a quicker move, but it's not quick enough. Yuna has no attacking magic. If I had used the Black Magic Sphere to give Yuna a flare at this point, she could have won the fight. But, I mean, obviously, you could say that about a whole bunch of things that I could have done. I feel like if it does a flare, his magic is too high. Like, I just don't think I'm surviving any magic that he's going to throw at me. I think his magic was like 66. If a Blizzara is doing 4,000, it doesn't matter what shell I have or what I do, like, I'm not surviving. So I don't think that's going to help. So I think hoping to survive whatever Seymour does next is only possible if he still continues to use moves like Death. He hasn't done another break. I'm going to do this. At least if he does a big move, maybe Riku can finish it off with an overdrive. I don't know. We need to see what he can do at this stage. I just don't know what he can do. I think I'm going to do this and then just pray I survive 2 turns back to back, because there's no, like, I think meaningful buff that I can do or anything that would just be worth it. Like focus, stuff like that, what's the point? I'm just too scared to toss like a Mega Potion in case he ends up doing it again like an elemental move. If he does an elemental move, then I win the day. Or if he does a flare, I still win. But I think I've officially overthought this at this point. I don't think a focus would be enough to kill it on the next turn either. If I use a focus and then see if I survive, it's still not enough. I'm not sure if Kimari still has the cheers that I had from before. If he uses a flare, does he get his turn there still? He does. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to try this flare and then hope we survive. That's the plan. Not enough. Interesting. Interesting set of turns there. Very interesting set of turns there. Can we kill him now, please? Please? Yes. Oh my god. Lancet I did not see coming. Oh my god. Whew. Wow. Another big, major fight there. Invested a lot, but honestly I protected a lot of my items, I think. I'm relatively happy with that. I think that went okay, honestly. And it took maybe like 4 goes. With like the first 2 or 3 being mostly just test. That was okay. Morphing Mog. Wow. And this time I kept everybody alive, so I don't have to do any like extra stuff. So I think one of my primary things was to try and keep hold of these proofs as much as I could for some future fight where it might be necessary. And we still have enough to use these in battle as well, and to mix and that kind of thing. And from what I've been seeing, when we go to shops, we have a lot of free slots, and that's generally been very nice for us as well. So I'm going to just progress the story here, and I think wrap up this little sesh. Okay, my friends, I'm wrapping it up for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you are continuing to enjoy the series. I will see you for the next one. Thank you for watching. Take care.